It was a quiet evening in Springfield, the kind where the air hung heavy with the hum of crickets and the faint glow of the nuclear plant on the horizon. The Simpsons were sprawled across their living room, bathed in the flickering light of the TV. Homer clutched a Duff beer. Marge knitted absent-mindedly. Bart mashed buttons on his Game Boy, and Lisa buried her nose in a book. Maggie sucked her pacifier, nestled in Marge's lap, while Santa's little helper dozed near the couch, his greyhound legs twitching in a dream. The screen crackled, cutting Kent Brockman's news segment short. A stern voice broke through. This is an official broadcast from the County Emergency Response Network. All dog owners are advised to listen carefully. It warned of dogs scratching obsessively at specific indoor spots, carpets, walls, tiles, urging owners to isolate their pets and secure the areas. This wasn't training or anxiety, the voice insisted. It was something darker. Reports of stains, bones, and worse had surfaced in homes across the county. Homer snorted. PFFT sounds like a plot twist from one of those creepy Japanese comics. Lisa reads. Marge frowned, her knitting needles pausing. Homer, Santa's little helper, has been scratching at that corner lately. I thought he was just bored, but Lisa looked up, eyes sharp. Wait, you mean by the bookshelf? I've noticed that too. He keeps going back to it. Bart grinned, pausing his game. Maybe he's digging for buried treasure. Or a stash of donuts Dad hid. Very funny, boy, Homer grumbled, but his gaze drifted to the dog. As if summoned, Santa's little helper rose and padded to the corner, his claws scraping the carpet in slow, deliberate strokes. See? Marge said, her voice tight. He's at it again. Lisa knelt beside him. Hey, boy, what's there? The dog didn't flinch, his focus absolute, claws wearing thin threads from the carpet dot. Over the next few days, the behavior worsened. Santa's little helper ignored food, toys, even Homer's half-hearted commands to stop. The family tried, taping a rug over the spot, but the dog nosed it aside, resuming his task with eerie persistence. Small tears appeared in the carpet, and a faint, sour smell began to seep into the room. One night, Lisa jolted awake to a sound-soft, rhythmic scratching from downstairs. Her clock read 3:13 a.m., heart pounding. She crept to the living room. Santa's little helper was there, pawing at the corner, his whines low and fearful. She approached, whispering, "What's wrong?" He didn't look at her. Then she heard it a faint hum, like a distant engine, pulsing from beneath the floor. Kneeling, she pressed her ear to the carpet. The hum grew clearer, unnatural, threading through her skull. The broadcast had mentioned this, a sound only dogs could hear. Suddenly, the dog backed away, growling, and Lisa saw it a grayish stain, wet and spreading, glistening in the moonlight. "Mom! Dad!" she yelled. The family stumbled in, bleary-eyed. Homer squinted at the stain. Probably. Just a spill. I'll mop it up tomorrow." "It's not water," Marge said, wrinkling her nose. "It smells like rot." Lisa recited the broadcast's warning. Do not dig where the dogs scratch. But Bart was already grabbing a flashlight. Let's see what's under there. Could be an adventure. Against Marge's protests, they peeled back the carpet. The floorboard beneath was warped, discolored. Homer pried it up with a crowbar, and a wave of cold, fetid air hit them. Below was no crawl space, just a jagged tunnel, its walls scratched and uneven, vanishing into shadow. "What the heck?" Homer muttered. Lisa's flashlight beam caught claw marks, roots, and something glinting a rusted locket. She opened it, revealing a faded photo of a woman. "Who's this?" Homer scratched his head. "Dunno. This house has been ours forever. No one else lived here." Santa's little helper growled again, and then they heard it scratching, faint but growing, from the tunnel's depths. It wasn't the dog, "We're leaving," Marge said, pulling Maggie close. They crawled out, sealed the board, and locked the dog in the garage. But that night, the scratching persisted, seeping through the floorboards like a heartbeat. Desperate, Lisa set up Maggie's baby monitor near the spot. The next morning, she played the recording. Amid the scratches was a voice low, guttural, repeating, "Still here, still under." Her skin prickled. They called Chief Wiggum, who sauntered in with a donut. "Probably rats," he said, tapping the floor. But as he spoke, the board splintered, and the scratching turned to a violent scraping. Wiggum yelped. Dropping his donut dot, the floor erupted. A thing clawed its way out limbs too many and too long, eyes bulging from a glistening, malformed head, skin rippling like oil. Its claws gouged the wood, and a stench of decay flooded the room. Homer swung a bat, but the creature batted it away. Lisa shouted, "It's from the nuclear plant, a mutation." Marge grabbed a broom, jabbing at it. "We need to trap it." Using Santa's little helper as bait, they lured it back to the hole. The dog barked furiously, dodging its snapping limbs until it lunged into the tunnel. Bart and Homer slammed the board down, piling furniture atop it. The scratching raged, then faded. Exhausted, they collapsed on the couch. But as silence settled, a new sound began, faint, rhythmic, from the basement. Lisa whispered, "There's more than one." Homer stood, fists clenched. "We'll handle it. We're Simpsons." But beneath Springfield's floors, the scratching spread, patient and relentless.